Hi sisters in Ignite in Community. How are you today? It is fall here in the Northern Hemisphere and the sun is shining. It feels good to be alive. And just coincidence really, the topic I chose to talk about today is nourishment. I chose to talk about this topic because I did an activity on it and it really helped me figure out what I need to be nourished, what fills my cup. And so I thought we'd talk about it here. I don't know about you, but when I hear the word nourishment, at first it was like food. And I don't want to talk about food, what you should eat for breakfast. And you've heard it 1,000 times. I hope you have found something that works for you. I hope you're listening to your body. I know when I found out I was dairy intolerant, which was an age thing. I've never had that problem before. It took me 2 summers to accept it and stop eating ice cream. So if you have any dietary restrictions, I'm telling you now, it's hard, but totally worth it if you cut them out. But in fact, I want to go a little bit deeper than that. Before I do that, I do want to mention this. When you are eating, I want you to think about when that happens. Are you running late and you're in the car? Because if that happens regularly, just know that it affects the way you digest and metabolize what you are eating. I mean, it makes sense, right? You're not like fully present. You're not really thinking about what is entering your body and how it's nourishing you. And so energetically, it just doesn't do the same. Or if you're really anxious and you're like ruminating about something from the past, something from the future, but you're not being present in that moment, again, it affects your mood and it affects what happens inside. So I'm going to trust that you know what to eat, that you know to drink your water, and maybe just think a little bit about when you're eating. But that's an aside, okay? What I really want to talk about, and I want to dive deeper into nourishment. What fills your cup? One of the things in doing some work on what gives me energy is I realized it's community. I'm an extrovert, and so I like to connect with people. I do. And I feel like most of us, even introverts, enjoy community because community is this if it's a healthy community, a safe space where you feel accepted, but also where people hold space for you. So you also feel heard. You know, when you were in high school, maybe you joined a band or a group, chess club, debate club, drama, whatever it was. And then all of a sudden, there was this acceptance. And you felt good because you were with community. So that for me is very at the top of the list. Community definitely nourishes me. Number 2, I wrote these down, is time alone. In true Libra fashion, I also crave, by the way, that was my daughter slamming the door because I'm using her phone to create this video. Just keeping it real, that happened. Okay, time alone. Yeah, see, I just want to be alone right now. No, actually, I crave time alone in true Libra fashion because I do try to live everything in balance. I play as hard as I work. I eat as much as I work out. But in time alone is, in all seriousness, is when I get to be present with myself. And it's when I ask myself those questions. Oh yeah, I wanted to think about that today. I do an intentional interruption and I ask, how is this going to serve me if I say yes? How is this going to serve me if I say no? Or if I'm overthinking an issue, I could pause and just think about why is that triggering? Or why can I not get this thought out of my mind? And it's in those moments of solitude that, not always, but I do get a lot of answers and feel better. And the last one is this, working on my soul goal, if you will. I am a total believer in what I'm doing. I spend a lot of time on learning and sharing because I believe in the power of women. I believe in the rise of the collective. I believe the patriarchy doesn't know what to do when women get together with a common goal and push forward. And so there's all these things put into place to stop us, to slow us down. And so my purpose is to empower women, and I love working on that. It nourishes my mind, my body, and my soul. Now there's this activity. Are you ready? This is the activity that I did with Maisie Hill. If you don't know her, check her out. She's awesome. Period Power is her podcast. So Maisie Hill did this activity. You probably know where I'm going to go as soon as I get started. It's all about figuring out what nourishes you. And so I want you to imagine the house plants you have at home, or maybe you don't. Think about someone who has house plants and where they sit. You know, some require shade, some require sun. Some plants, if they're wet, we dry them out. If they're dry, we add water. What's interesting here is we never blame the plant. We never bad plant. You should be growing. Where are the flowers? Where's the fruit to my labor? No, we change the environment so that the plant could grow and blossom and become exactly what it is supposed to be. This gorgeous, beautiful plant, thriving, right? In all the right conditions. We adjust it. Okay. So, the label you find in a plant when you buy it, and it's got the 4 most important instructions. I want you to think of yourself as a houseplant. Yeah, that's where I was going with this, right? I want you to think of yourself as a houseplant. And I want you to think of what would those instructions be? If they were to nourish you and allow you to be the best version or the most authentic, the person you want to be, what would those instructions have to say? I want you to think about that for a minute. And I want you to remember that what nourishes you today might not nourish you 2 weeks from now. The season you're in, be really present with what I'm asking here. What nourishes you right now for the experiences and the roles and the responsibilities that you have right now? What do you need to fill up your cup? So if you haven't grabbed a pen, that's okay. Just kind of think about it in your mind. Maybe you could take some time alone and go over this and think about, oh yeah, I remember I really do enjoy, walking for 20 minutes with music. That does just energize me. I get back home and I'm a better mom. I'm a better partner. I don't mind doing the dishes because you've fueled yourself up. Or maybe those 20 minutes, because they feel so good, become 40 minutes. What is nourishing you? What is energizing you? And this is super important. Please don't forget this. There's no comparison here. We're all different. My label, I wanted to read you my label, actually. I did it and I forgot. Okay, my label. Wait, before I say that, our labels are all different. That's where I was going with that. There's no comparison here. My label is not going to be the same as your label. And it actually shouldn't, right? Okay, so just remember that. So my label is needs coffee. I do. It's on my label. It nourishes me. It makes me feel really good. Needs to be outside. I don't know if you know all the benefits of natural light, but mood, the way you metabolize food, energy, you need natural sunlight. I love being outside. I would say 80% of my teaching outdoors with my students because of how much I believe in the power of Mother Nature and Mother Gaia and all her natural goodness. And outdoor education is just somewhere I've, veered my program. I also do green therapy when I am coaching. So yeah, being outside is a biggie for me and totally on my label. Time alone, which I mentioned earlier, that's huge. Also, I put down, which you already know, time to socialize. I do enjoy those opportunities to get out, like yesterday, dancing, one of my absolute favorite activities to do with, live music. Can I just add that in? Yes. Okay. And I need space. I'm not afraid to take up space, and I like it. Even in yoga class, everyone is in namaste, and I'm like starfish, laid right out. Yeah, when I mean space, I meant like literally. I literally need space. So I want you to think about, what is it that nourishes you? And when you complete your label, that little plastic label, don't compare. You don't even have to share it with anybody if you don't want to. However, it would be really fun if you added the details of your label in the comments. Some of the ones Maisie was sharing were quite funny. One lady insisted on wine, and if wine wasn't accessible, she had a list of other things, red velvet cupcakes or something. So you could have fun with it too, but keep a couple serious points in there. And let yourself feel free. Nourish yourself today, sisters. You totally got this. Peace.